All right, guys, today we're gonna put this Club Glove golf travel bag to the ultimate durability test. Because if it can survive this, then it can definitely survive anything the airlines can throw at it. All right, Mike, hit it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, did it live? All right, so we travel a lot to play golf here on the channel, and for a long time, we have trusted the Club Glove system to protect our clubs. And recently, I did a full review here on the channel of the Club Glove system that we use, and in that review, many of you had one question in particular, and that is, why is it that we use a softer travel bag to protect our very beloved golf clubs? Well, in there, I promised you guys that I would come back with a full durability test, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Now, the idea behind this durability test is going to be taking anything that might happen to your bag at the airport or during travel to the extreme, including dropping the bag from over 15 feet, tossing it as far as we can, and dragging it over 100 feet behind a car. And again, the idea is if it can survive all that, then it should be definitive proof that this is definitely a system that we can trust with our golf clubs when we travel. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I did recently do a full review on this entire travel system covering all of the features. So if you missed that, definitely go back and check that one out. But in this video, as we go through the durability test, I will walk through the specific features that are built into this new Club Glove Tour Traveler, specific to that durability and how it protects your clubs. So let's start by walking through exactly how I'm going to pack my clubs in this bag for this test. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pack the bag exactly as if I was leaving on a trip tomorrow. And then after each one of these extreme durability tests, we'll open the bag back up and inspect the clubs for any damage, hopefully avoiding some of those nightmares you see on social media where clubs get ground down to nothing, bent, broken. We don't want any of that. So when I pack my bag, first and foremost, I always use the stiff arm. This thing is a lifesaver. It is one of the first lines of defense for protecting the heads of your clubs. And luckily, this one does come with the bag when you buy it, so you don't need to purchase it separately. So I will always use this. This goes right in there. The second thing that I do, it's just kind of a best practice, is that I like to take my driver head off. I know a lot of you will probably be saying in the comments that you like to take all your metal wood heads off. I know that's probably even the safest bet, but call it laziness or just trust. What I've always done is just the driver head. So I'll just simply take that off. And what that does too is, because the driver is the longest club, it just kind of leaves a little bit more room for that stiff arm to do what it needs to do. So driver shaft goes back in, then the driver head, I simply stick it right back inside of the head cover. And then after that, this just gets tucked right in the side pocket. All right, so next, obviously, let's get the clubs in the bag. Before we do, though, I want to point out some of those protection features like I mentioned earlier. First of all, the entire bag on the outside is made from Cordura ballistic nylon. This is the stuff that, as I mentioned in my full review, was designed originally by the Army for use in flak jackets. So it is really good against protecting it against any type of rubbing or anything like that, which of course we're going to test when we drag it behind a car. Additionally, on here, you've got things like the TSA locks, which I love because it really keeps everything secure. But around the back here, we've got this shock absorbing wheelbase, which is what kind of makes it a little bit of a hybrid bag. And you have both the softer materials and the harder materials where most of the impact is taken if it is dropped. So we're gonna use that, of course, to help protect the clubs. Additionally, on the inside, there's something very important which really helps keep the clubs not only from impact, but also from scratches. And what that is in here, we've got 360-degree cushioned velour lining. So what that does is it wraps around the heads of the clubs. So let's grab the clubs, put them in there and show you what I mean. Okay, so just laying the clubs inside here. A couple of extra features. You've got this little seat belt that I like to buckle in. Just kind of helps keep the clubs from moving around too much. And then at the top of the bag, like I mentioned earlier, you've got that cushioning. So I know a lot of people like to wrap towels and things like that around the clubs. But here, we're just gonna test the ability for the bag itself to protect. So I'm not adding any additional padding. I'm gonna rely fully on what you've got here, which like I said before, is kind of almost feels like an inch thick memory foam that's velour lined and all the way around. So we're gonna put that in. One more thing I wanna do, I'm gonna grab a pair of golf shoes and add those in here as well. All right, grabbed a pair of shoes. Another thing that I like is the pockets for the shoes are now on the inside. So again, that TSA lock that's there, everything is protected because it's on the inside. So you don't have to worry about someone unzipping and stealing your shoes. You've got big pockets on either side for shoes. I'm gonna put a pair in there just to A, make it more realistic like travel, and B, we'll see if those shoes get any damage. And I'll tell you what, I'm really hoping, putting a lot of faith here, that the Scotty Cameron does not get destroyed in this test. So fingers crossed, let's zip it up. And let's do the first extreme test.
All right, so first we're gonna do the toss test. Now, I hope it doesn't have to come to this in real life, but let's be honest, there are some baggage handlers who don't exactly treat your clubs with the respect that you do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to throw this bag as far as I can, then I'm gonna have Frank do the same, and then immediately we're gonna open it up. We're gonna see what the damage is. Hopefully it's none, pretty confident, so let's give it a toss. All right, here we go. We're gonna send this one. You know, I can throw it harder than that. I'm gonna try that again. Here we go. Oh. All right, your turn.
All right, I'm not going easy on it. Here we go, ready? 1, 2. I mean, if anybody throws your bag that hard, they shouldn't be working in any type of transportation. Let's take a quick look, all right? First of all, no real scuffs, maybe just a little bit out on this hard protective layer. We've got a couple of scuffs right there. I don't really care about that. What I care about is what happened, if anything, to the clubs. Let's see. All right, I mean, Scotty still looks good. No bends, nothing like that in the Scotty. That's a relief. Let's look here. We have that, remember we have the club head in the pocket. Let's go see if that driver head looks all right. Yeah, no issues with the driver head, no cracks, no dents, nothing like that. And then, quick look over here. Driver shaft is still intact. All the clubs look still good. I'm not seeing any type of scratches, bends. Look at the ones on the bottom, because that's where they take the most impact. Everything looks good. So the club survived. That, though, is our easiest test. Now we're gonna drop it from 15 feet.
All right, I'm gonna drop my golf clubs 15 feet. Let's see if it survives. Oh, man, that's not good. All right, let's go down and see what happened.
Oh man.
I could see a scuff right there. Wow.
I'll tell you what.
That was loud.
Yeah, I mean, I got nervous for a minute. Those clubs are in there. All right, let's see what we got. I mean, let's look at the other side too, because it kind of bounced to that side. Scuffs, but mostly on the hard part.
Everything looks good up here.
Remember, we still got one more test after this one too. So let's take a look inside. Moment of truth.
Well,
Okay.
this
That
is still
didn't
there.
break. Let's see. Let's grab the driver head
Yeah,
out.
let's take a look there first.
Oh,
Let's see if it's shattered.
driver head.
Okay.
Still good.
Okay, not bad.
No dents. No cracks in the driver head.
Check that putter.
Check the
That's the only
Scotty.
thing I was thinking about.
No bends.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
No nicks.
Yeah, nothing.
So she survived.
Okay.
The rest of the clubs look pretty good. I don't
Wedges
see
look clean.
anything. I want to see these bottom ones. Any scuffs? You see anything?
I don't see anything. No, everything
No
looks
big
good.
dents, gouges. The other thing I want to check too, the shoes.
How'd the shoes do?
The shoes look fine.
Shoes look fine.
Shoes look fine. Brand new. No issues. All right, I'm gonna pack everything back up the exact same way for the next test. And I'll tell you what, if you ever have your bag dropped from 15 feet, I think at that point it's just time to find a new airline to fly, more so than a new bag, because that shouldn't happen. But if it does, it survived. All right, now it's time for the drag test. You know how it is. When the baggage handler is somehow dragging your luggage behind the baggage cart, hopefully that doesn't happen, but we're gonna test it here. We're gonna drag this golf bag over 100 feet along the asphalt, and we're not doing it the easy way. We're gonna do this the hard way, where it can't use its wheels, because we're gonna drag it backwards. So here, we're gonna really find out if that Cordura ballistic nylon can hold up to some serious abrasion.
Good to go.
All right, Mike, hit it!
Here we go. That didn't sound good. That didn't sound good at all. Oh, man. Oh, his poor putter. He's running down here. We're going to go check it out. Whoo! That did not sound good.
Dude, that sounded gnarly.
Look at that.
Oh. So actually, interestingly, it's actually the seatbelt buckling sort of fabric took more abuse than the nylon, the Cordura nylon.
Yeah, this stood up really nice.
Because this is the hard part. Wow. All right, we got to get
we have to open these up.
this thing opened up. Let me see the other side. Oh, I mean, dirty, but not ripped.
Unless you clean that off, it's not ripped. I'm looking for like gashes.
So far, no punctures, no gashes.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, what took the most was the seatbelt material.
Dude, I am so surprised that on both tests, the wheels are still here.
Yeah. Let's open it up. All the truth. Oh, all right. Well, the stiff arm hasn't busted. Remember, this thing was dragging with all of its weight down towards this end because we had it lifted by this end. So if anything, I thought we would see some big problems with these wedges, but taking a look here, wedges all look good. Actually, even looking on the inside, it looks like none of that wear made its way through to the other side.
This kind of saved the day.
It did save the day there. And then, let's see, all these look good. Let's check that driver head because it did make it onto its side at one point.
Ooh.
So,
She looks like she's still there. Any scratches, anything?
no scratches,
Oh.
no dings. Just the normal stuff from my driver wear and tear. And then let's see here. Scotty, of course. We got to check the Scotty. Scotty looks
Oh,
good.
that's pretty good. I was nervous for that one.
I definitely, just looking at it, I mean, we're looking at everything up close just to make 100% sure, but based on the fact that none of the damage made it to the inside of the bag, tells me that nothing would have happened to these. No broken shafts or anything like that. And then on the outside of the bag, we had the shoes, so let's look. Perfect.
Yeah,
And then here again, you can kind of see, Mike, it never made it through the fabric. So that's where, like I said, that ballistic nylon, it's made for flak jackets. It's made to withstand a lot more than that. So that's the stuff that's gonna help. And hopefully, if a baggage handler is dragging your clubs 100 feet, by then they realize they're doing it and stop it. So it's a kind of an extreme test, but I'm impressed. So far, we tossed it as far as we could. We dropped it from 15 feet and we dragged it from behind a Jeep. So if that doesn't give us confidence in taking this bag with us on travel, I don't know what will. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like I said, check out the full review we did on this entire system. I will link to that, but I'd say this gives me a lot of confidence that this bag can handle pretty much anything you can throw at it.